Do you want to know if a COVID-19 vaccination certificate is still required to enter the United Arab Emirates if you're coming from countries that were recently on suspension? I'm talking about countries like India, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, Uganda, and Pakistan. In this video, I'll tell you all about the new entry requirements that have been updated on 10th of August 2021. The first updates came out on 5th of August 2021. Now the updates came out on 10th of August 2021. And this is what I'm going to tell you about and any requirements that you need to present if you're returning from one of these countries to the United Arab Emirates. If your subscription button on your page is still red, please click it to subscribe. If it's gray, just leave it as it is. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you need any clarification on this topic or any other topic about life in the United Arab Emirates, please leave a comment in the comments box. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get started. Due to the high number of COVID-19 infections in some countries, the United Arab Emirates at the beginning of June suspended flights from some selected countries. Countries included Uganda, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Zambia, Sudan, and some other countries. 3rd of August 2021, authorities in the United Arab Emirates lifted suspension on passenger flights from those countries, with effect from 5th of August 2021, on condition that the passengers are fully vaccinated and there's a gap of 14 days from the date of receiving the second jab in Dubai, and in addition, they must be holding valid residence visas for the United Arab Emirates. Since many people around the world are still not yet vaccinated, especially people from nationalities whose passenger flights were on suspension, many people were still left stranded even after lifting the suspension with effect from 5th of August 2021. In the same regard, people with visit visas, employment visas, people who are planning to visit the United Arab Emirates maybe for trade or for just tourism are also still left stranded because the conditions were not including people with visit visas or employment visas. They were only considering people with resident visas and valid residence visas to the United Arab Emirates. Let us now look at the new rules for people traveling to the United Arab Emirates from the countries including India, Uganda, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nigeria, and Uganda. Let us start with UAE residents. All passengers with valid resident visas for the United Arab Emirates are allowed to travel to and through Dubai from India, Nepal, Nigeria, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Uganda if they meet the 4 conditions that they have set. These are the conditions one must comply with. First, one must apply for entry permit through the website of the GDRFA, that is the General Directorate for Residence and Foreign Affairs. The link will be in the description box. 2. The passengers must have a COVID-19 test certificate issued within 24 hours between the time of sample collection and the scheduled flight departure. Only COVID-19 PCR test reports from certified labs that issue a QR code linked to the original report will be accepted. So I suggest you call up the airline or the authorities in your country and find out which labs are authorized to do the test and which labs can issue a test report with a QR code. If you have a test report without a QR code linked to the main report, then you will not be allowed to enter the United Arab Emirates. The third condition is passengers must complete another PCR rapid test 4 hours before the departure of their flight. This must be a PCR rapid test done only 4 hours before the departure, meaning this should be most likely done at the airport before you depart. The fourth condition is that all the passengers from the countries that we're talking about must also do a third test on arrival at the United Arab Emirates airport, that is the Dubai International Airport. These are 3 tests required. The first one can be done within 48 hours and then you present a certificate with a QR code that is linked to the main report. The second test will be done at the airport 4 hours before departure, and the third test has to be done on arrival at the Dubai International Airport. Let's talk about the UAE Nationals. All UAE nationals who are trapped now in India, in Uganda, in Nepal, in Sri Lanka are exempted from the above conditions. However, they must take a PCR test on arrival at the Dubai International Airport. All other passengers who are planning to visit the United Arab Emirates but have been stranded in these countries for the last 14 days, I'm talking about countries like India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Nigeria and Uganda, they will not be allowed in the United Arab Emirates at the moment until new updates come out. For now, you stay where you are or you have to go through another country. But remember, you must make sure you stay in that second country for more than 15 days to be allowed in the United Arab Emirates. And that country you may go through should not be on the suspension list also. All transit passengers must comply with COVID-19 requirements for their destination. In addition, they have to present a negative COVID-19 test certificate done within 72 hours or less from the time of departure. It is important to note that only COVID-19 test results from approved labs and with a QR code that can be traced to the original report will be accepted in all these cases. If you don't know which labs in your country are approved, please you call the aviation authority in your country or call the airline so that you get the right labs to go to. Do not get a certificate that is not going to be approved. It will be a loss and you won't be allowed to enter the country. The main difference in the announcement that came out on the 10th of August 2021 is that there is no requirement for having a vaccination certificate as it was in the first announcement that came out on 3rd of August. So if you're holding a UAE residence visa and you are from these countries, you've been stranded for some time, now you can go with or without the vaccination. We notice also that people holding a visit visa or employment visa without a residence visa for the United Arab Emirates are still not allowed to enter the United Arab Emirates until further notice. These changes and conditions are specific for people holding visas issued from the Emirate of Dubai. People holding visas issued from other emirates like Abu Dhabi, Sharjah or Fujairah or Ras Al Khaimah, you need to first check for approval on the ICA website and check with the airlines, because these changes are specific to Dubai issued visas and people going through Dubai International Airport. If you have a Dubai visa and you're planning to go through Sharjah or Abu Dhabi, I suggest you buy a ticket for flights going through Dubai International Airport to be safe. In case you haven't subscribed, it's your first time on this channel, please click the red button and subscribe to this channel. If it's grey, just leave it, that means you're already subscribed. Thank you so much for your time. This is all we had for this video. If you have any questions about this topic, please put the comment in the comment box. If you have any question about any other thing about life in the United Arab Emirates and Dubai, please leave your comment in the comment box. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.